Hey, it's your girl Vonnie Blue, and I need for you, yes, you, to download the Stardust app on your Play Store or your iTunes or wherever you download your apps from. Okay, it is free 99, and the best part about this app is that not only can you see my reactions to television shows and movies and trailers in 3 to 30 seconds, but you can reply to my videos with videos of your own, reactions of your own, reactions to my reactions, okay? And we can see each other, and I can see you and you can see me, and we can see each other. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so here for that because there's so many of y'all like Reggie and them that have been watching me and commenting for so long, and I would really like to be able to see who I'm always talking to. So please, you guys, go download the Stardust app, go follow Bondi Blue, and talk to me about the shows and the movies and stuff. Talk to me. Alright?
Portia and that blind date was a hot ass mess. Okay, let's just get that out there right now. Candy, I do understand your worry, but is it cool for you to put that much pressure on Will just because everybody did it to Ty? It wasn't right when they did it to Ty. Why you think it's right now that they doing it to Will? Come on now, girl. And Sheree, that's your soulmate? I was bored. Y'all, Juju's storyline is finally revealing itself. Jonathan is set up. Okay, Trent. Okay, catfishing him. Oh, Mariah Lynn was just fighting somebody, y'all, in the previews to next week's episode. I can't wait. But anyway, back to this episode. Okay, he catfished Trent. Trent was not here for it at all, boo-boo. Okay, and Bianca impressed me this episode. I can't wait to, talk to y'all about it in my YouTube video. Hit me up, link in the bio. Listen to me, okay? Listen to me, okay? You are not ready for this level of 2018 blaxploitation with Taraji P. Henson and Nasty Nate from How to Get Away with Murder. Y'all, I just watched a trailer. They had an old nasty, low-down, dirty shame scene where she got her leather jacket on and then put all her guns together. Girl, I was here for it. Cannot wait to see it.
What's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The episode started off with Sheree in fabulous natural looking hair, okay, meeting up with Portia to shop for oak doors, expensive ass double doors to put down in her spa and her cellar. And I'm just like, bitch, you really haven't learned a lot, And I mean, I know you haven't learned a lot because you continuing to build this gargantuously sized house that you're going to end up living in by yourself. But I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you because, bitch, I intend to one day have a sauna in a cellar, okay? And that's because I like wine and I like a good sauna. Okay, so I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna hate. But damn, bitch, I hope you don't lose Chateau Sheree. I just, my fingers are being crossed. Portia is there, and they talk about Cynthia and how old girl was all hurt because Kenya didn't invite her to the wedding and she ain't never met Mark. Meanwhile, Candy Yams is going over there to Cynthia's finally because she has never been to Lake Bailey, as they so affectionately call it. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And she has like a wall full of crosses. And it's all very, my mom has hella style. Like it's really awesome and I love it, okay? Like just every time they go into that den and it looks out on the lake, I'm like, God damn, Cynthia, that was such a great buy. Ugh. I'm sorry. House porn, house porn. Kenya comes over. And Cynthia says to Kenya that the girls were giving her that heat in San Francisco about why she didn't know nothing about Mark, considering the fact that y'all supposed to be BFFs. So it's like, are y'all really BFFs? If you know, you ain't letting your homegirl know about the husband, like she's never met him, you don't think that's weird, you know? So it's like everybody's talking about this at the same time, okay? They just posing the question over at the door store. And over here, Kenya is answering said questions, okay? And she said, the reason why you haven't met him is because he lives in New York. Cynthia was like, bitch, I was just in New York, okay? Don't do me. I was just in New York. Don't do me. I go to New York all the time. Stop acting like that's a reason for me not to have met him. You know what I'm saying? Kenya says she goes back and forth, and there's a reason for that. And, you know, she's just being very protective. And I've told y'all before, I think this is stupid. People are talking about the relationship and commenting about him any fucking way. So I really feel like Kenya did this just to have a little spice to this storyline. It couldn't be enough that she found a man, okay? We had to fight with her for the information on her finding said man. But you know what, Kenya? You seem like a much happier person now, girl. So I'm going to just go ahead and keep on with the keep on and respect how you feel about this situation. And that's how Cynthia feels. And Kenya has been doing interviews lately, and she has said that she will have a bigger wedding. And of course, Cynthia will be a bridesmaid in that wedding. And I'm like, okay, cool. If that's what you had to do, fine. But I feel like even Candy was kind of hurt. Like, bitch, I thought we was better than that too. You know what I'm saying? Kenya don't give a fuck. And I heard she got Doc some money. That's what I would have done if I was Bravo. Bitch. Give me some of that back. No, that's not all of your life. It's not. You talking to the answer machine. We can't even get a phone call. Fuck. Sheree talking to Tyrone and that nigga in federal prison. I mean, what's that about? Girl, whatever. Portia enlists some very Southern Caucasian women to matchmake for her. And I don't know why, because I know that there are African American women that have matchmaking services that Portia could have called upon, that would have understood what we know Portia wants in a guy, okay? She's showing them around her house, and we all find it very weird that she still have that Jack and Jill room set up, but she just got all her clothes in it. I know you got all them fucking rooms in that house, and you mean to tell me you didn't build you another closet somewhere to fit all this access shit? You just gonna put it in the boy and the girl room without changing that creepy paint on the wall? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of creepy when you got clothes and racks in it instead of like a bed set and shit. And even then, it's kind of low-key creepy, you know, like old mansion where kids used to live, like the Haunted or some shit like that, you know, with the little angels all over the walls. You know, I couldn't really tell, but just, you know, perception is everything, and that was the feel I got by how weirded out everybody was. And the matchmaker set her up, and I'm just gonna skip right to it. She goes to meet with him, all juicified Jesus, okay, giving everything that she was supposed to give, putting her best fucking foot forward, okay? Portia looked gut, okay? Let's just go ahead and put that out there. Bitch, your surgeon is amazing. And I know you work out, but initially, you did not look like that. So there was some surgery, and now there's some severe upkeep, and I am not mad at that, okay? All right? So she walks in, and the white guy is bald and kind of has a weak chin. And if he had a stronger chin and maybe a little bit of a longer face and a little bit less fat, you know, maybe a little bit more of a muscular build, then I could have saw this popping off. But when she saw him, she turned around and asked for more menus. That's how much she wanted to get the fuck out of the room. But I'm sure she knew that he was already made aware that she was on her way. And I think he probably saw her walk through the door. So she sits down, and, you know, he makes her hug him, which I felt like, I don't know you like that, okay? Like, we'll see how this goes, you know? And she sits down, and she kind of does a, you know, so what are you, whatever, okay? I wasn't even paying attention to the conversation because it was uncomfortable as fuck, okay? They was gonna do some shots. Okay, they did some shots and drank some liquor and tried to loosen each other up, but to no fucking avail until Portia was just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna go, okay? Gonna go. And she got up and left, and that horrible date was over. And my suspicions were gratified. I got my correct answer. All right, when I thought that those two Caucasian Southern women would not know what the fuck Portia was talking about. So Cynthia and Peter have a I still want to fuck my ex meeting. Okay, because back before they got divorced, she put 25% of her money into his business and him getting bar 2. And now they're about to start construction, so she was just coming to see the lay of the land, and she had to dress like she was about to hit the motherfucking runway on you hoes, okay? The face was beat, the hair was gargantuous, okay? The dress was flowy, the heels were high. She was giving you everything that made you look at Peter and be like, dude, you nice looking, but next to her is just a complete what the fuck is happening here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that nigga don't, he must have great D. Like, you think something must be extraordinary about this little dude, because standing next to her, he is so not impressive. It's unreal. It's unreal how like gazelle like Cynthia is. Cynthia, you gotta fucking do it. I'm just saying, she showed up with her best toe and her whole fucking foot forward so she could let him know what he was missing, even though she was the one that broke it up. And I think that back in the day when they referenced and showed the video from the reunion when Peter was saying that he was really into somebody else, I think Peter was saying that to her, Cynthia. Okay, I really do, because at the end of the day, he did not want that divorce. She did. Okay. Feelings was still there, and they were flirting, and Peter told her he appreciated how she looks 32, and I was like, Peter, please, 35, don't do it. Okay, she still has to get the little poop poop. Okay, all right, I love it though. Let's talk about something bothersome. Sheree has this little meetup with her kids, and before she meets up with the kids, the younger daughter, Kayla, has, or Kylie or Kaylee or whatever the fuck the name is, however they pronouncing it, spelling it, Kylie, I think that's what it is, has her friends over, and they're all white girls. And she obviously went to a majority white school. And I hate when people do that. Like, but she's going to an HBCU for college, and you know, she wants to get more in tune with her culture, and I'm glad that she's that conscious to think that that's something she needs to do for herself. But it makes me mad that she even has to do that. You need to do a little bit more to make your kids feel like they know their culture before they get to college, Sheree. And the main reason why I have a problem with it is because I feel like that was a part of Sheree's trying to keep up with the Joneses shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like about it. But we just gonna move on. So she had this conversation with her kids, and her hair was gorgeous. And she was a little bit oily, but she looked fabulous. And I felt bad for her because I know that conversation was hard for her. And I liked the way her kids responded. Okay? It was not one of them times when you're looking at one of them kids like you want to pluck them in the fucking forehead. It wasn't. It was like Sheree really did do a good job with her kids because they love her. Okay? I'm not saying she was bad mom or nothing like that by saying the shit about the school. It's just how I feel about shit like that. And I just felt like I should share. Okay? But really, obviously she's done a great job with her kids. They're all beautiful children, first of all, every single one of them. And they seem to do good for themselves, you know? So go ahead, Sheree, for the popping ass kids that's supportive and will tell you they love you. Oh yeah, and Kylie said that Bob tried to talk to her about the abuse, but it was outside of her soccer game, and she felt like that was inappropriate, so she drove off. And I was like, little sister, that is inappropriate. That was hella inappropriate. That was a serious conversation that should have been had in privacy and not at the end of a game. Or it should have been like, let me take you out to dinner, and then in the car before you go inside, I have this conversation with you and we just totally alone, but I kind of coaxed you and fed you, so at this point you should not be that hype about whatever. You know, you get hungry, you get a little more tired. Okay, I mean, you get full, you get a little more tired. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was fucked up. I thought that was immature of him, but we all know Bobby's immature. He's shown that on television. Candy has also been having issues with her kids. Not to say Sheree's having issues, but you know, that was a task. She feels like she is not being a great mother right now. And it's all because society pressures moms into feeling like they have to be fucking superwoman at all times every day, and have to be 9 places at one time and be there emotionally, and there to cook breakfast, and there to, you know, skin knees and all of that, be there 24/7, and Candy wasn't there because she was out on the road with Riley. Okay, and now she has the second baby and she feels like I'm out on the road again. So she always feels like she's not being the best mother, and I'm sad that she's made to feel that way. Because from what I can see, she is with her kids plenty. Her kids seems to be very loved and taken care of, and that's why you got a village, bitch. Because you got to make that paper. That's why you got a village. So, you know, Auntie Karma, okay, and Uncle Don Wine love the baby and watch the baby when you got to do what you know, like I know that's probably how it is. You got your aunts, you got your mama, you know, I mean, Riley is old enough to watch him. And then plus, it's not like you don't have Todd, who is always at your side. I really feel like she should not feel bad at all. I think she has a great, you know, family base. And when you got a great family base like that supports you, you can go and make these money moves and still be a good mother. You know, you ain't putting your children in the hands of strangers. You still raising them. Ain't like you got a nanny, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I think she got a maid, but I don't think she got no nanny. I would have a maid in that big ass house. Bitch, I want a maid for this house. I can't wait till I can afford to call the maid service to come and clean this bitch up every month. Okay? I can't wait. It's gonna happen. Please believe me. So Will Center called to pick Cynthia up so they can go on a double date with Todd and Candy. And Candy is having a conversation because she found out some information about Will, okay? He apparently has been on some television shows, and Lyric informed me that he was on the Steve Harvey show trying to date these two twin sisters, and he was dressed all different like he wasn't baller. And, you know, it was like a spectacle. Like, you know, he was a nice guy, though, but it's just kind of like... So are you here because you're a bit player trying to get more facial recognition, or are you here because you're genuinely interested in Cynthia? And I feel like Candy expressed that a lot on this boat trip, and we'll let them know that, you know, he is okay with the fact that this might feel weird to them, but Peter is not here and he would rather talk about anything else besides the fact that Peter isn't here. Okay, and they had to let him know, yes, it is weird. He's our friend, and we, you know, still I love him. So yeah, it's a little tough for us. You gonna hold on, okay? And you know, they just kind of worked through this awkward ass conversation. Cynthia felt like it wasn't that serious, girl. If we don't make it, it ain't that serious. No, bitch, that's not the point. Cynthia, that's not the point. That's why you need friends like Candy. Okay, okay. Candy felt like he needed to be vetted, so she asked him. She was like, I have some friends, and they told me that you were on a show. And then they said that you were about to do another show. So I'm wondering, what's up with doing all the shows? And he was just like, you know, I did the one show, and then I told them I would consider the second show, but I have not taped anything. I have not done it. Candy feels like everybody gave Todd a hard time. So if he can withstand what Todd went through, then this can be a, you know, a love connection. I'm like, bitch, no. Todd should not have had to go through all of that. Todd should not have had to go through all of that. All right, Todd still brought a lot to the table. He may not have had as much money as you did, but I'm damn sure he wasn't asking you for no money. I'm damn sure when y'all went out on dates, he had the cakes to pay for it. It may not even have been every time, because if I'm a bitch with money, I'm not gonna make my man pay every time. No, even if we both have money, sometimes I pay, sometimes you pay. That's just how it is. And when people make a man feel like he's less than because he's not always picking up the check, you being fucking unrealistic, okay? It's hard out here. We all struggling, okay? This ain't the fucking 50s when they was paying motherfuckers nice little bits of money for these little jobs out here, and food wasn't that expensive, and gas wasn't $2 and shit like that. Come on now, inflation is a bitch, and ain't nobody giving nobody raises enough to make up for the inflation, okay? And rent is high as a bitch. Candy and Cynthia have a conversation alone, and what they talk about, have they done it yet? And Cynthia says no, they hadn't done it. And Candy says somebody been hitting that. I didn't say nobody wasn't hitting it. I just said he wasn't hitting it. And it was like, oh. So who was hitting it? Or a homeboy that she was messing with in LA that she don't really mess with no more. I'm like, oh, all right, Cynthia, on like, you know, on to the next one. Move like Maya, girl. Move on like Maya. I ain't mad at you. Cynthia, however, is worried that if she does give him some and it's whack, she's already liking on him. It's gonna be tough, okay? It's gonna be really tough if the sex is whack, okay? Candy telling her to check for the size of his hands and shit. I'm looking at Lyric hands like, does that really equate? Maybe. Why did you feel the need to mention that conversation in front of everybody once y'all got back to the table? Why did you feel the need to do that? And Candy had to tell you that you weren't supposed to tell him that you was worried about his sex being whack. Okay. Sheree has another meeting with Jack Daniels. And right when they're beginning to get into the conversation and talk about how talking to her kids was such a release and made her feel so great. Y'all, I went to my therapy session today and I felt so good after. Like it felt real cleansing. Like I felt like I had just took a deep breath or some shit like that. Girl, don't even let me get into it. But I just was like really feeling her at that moment because I was like, that's what had happened to me. But anyway, so then she gets a phone call from the federal prison and she got to answer this phone call because she know that you only get them 3 phone calls a day and she can't be missing phone calls. This dude is on her time so he can wait. So she gonna have a conversation with Tyrone, and Tyrone, you know, I miss you and I'm having flashbacks from the last time I saw you in the streets in New York, and I just wanted to let you know that I always really was feeling you, and the only reason why I stopped talking to you is because when affairs was coming from it was coming from all places. So I didn't want you to be nowhere near that, so I had to break it off. It was the hardest thing I had to do, but I want you to know, you know, I'm happy I came back in your life and I love you. Okay, putting that serious jailhouse Mac on you, bitch. You gonna put money in that commissary today. Look, I ain't mad. Okay, I am not mad at it. Sheree is in love. Sheree is in love and feels love and don't give a damn what anybody has to say about it. And she will continue to have a storyline because we got to wait for him to get out because he might not get out. And if he don't get out within a year, he ain't going to get out for another 4 years. Whew, girl. When she told the therapist that her baby was in jail, the therapist instantly was like, so, is there something we need to talk about? Like, that was the feel he was giving me. Like, so is that like a decision? Or are you fantasizing something? Like, is your relationship a fantasy in your mind? You know, just because how can you possibly get everything you need from a man over the phone? Nigga got Mac game serious. Okay, now I'm just playing. I'm sure she spends a lot of time, and she spent a lot of time with him and probably still had feelings for him. So she probably don't, you know, conversations is good enough for now. I hope he say, you know, I hope that he is who he says he is once he gets out, because people talk a big game when they're in jail, but when they get out and have to readjust, it becomes a different story. So I hope that it works out for Sheree, and I'm sure we'll be talking about her prison boo often. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Check down below in the description box. Okay, and all my information will be down there. Love ya. Bye.